to Rio. When it's all said and done, one of them will be 1-2-1. Only 3 lives. Remember, every match counts. And with that being said, let's head on over to our casters to carry us through Nuke, Sponge, and Anders.
Thank you so much, Blair, and the rest of the crew. We're going to get into it.
KRIMZ there, they're all there.
Kassad, yeah, but Blair's...
What did you think about the intro from Parla?
I thought it was great. Actually, I was impressed.
Yeah?
I thought it worked really well.
I think he... look, I like that Parla's, you know, he's trying things out there. He's trying to keep it fresh for Kassad on the intro, trying to make him feel like part of the night shift.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's really ingrained in them just yet.
Him.
Might take some time.
This is one hell of a game, Chad, that we've got going on here.
Look, I'm really pumped about this one right here. I'm excited about this version of fnatic. I think the firepower in this team, there is a lot of it to experience. And let's get underway with the pistol. Squeaky blown off, Molly through, Rops towards ramp, has to deal with so much and jumping into his line of sight. Roy will decapitate him. Now they're heading back towards the top site with the reinitiation of utility. Here they come.
Yep, Twist in the back of the bomb site. Going to be taking down mezii early on. It does slow them down a bit. broky is knocked out after getting the first kill on KRIMZ, and Twist, he just didn't realize that one more had slipped past the net. Extra shot coming in, and he will close out the round. 3 straight headshots. What a beautiful end.
And 4 in the sequence for Fascia. I was just having a look in the last 3 months on Nuke for this fnatic roster. Fascia is the highest rated player on this map, so we'll be keeping our eyes on him. And another little fun tidbit, and if we have a lot of fnatic fans tuning in here today, we all know the woes that have become fnatic over the last few years. To make it even more real, the last time fnatic were at a major was Katowice 2019. Ooh. And this is one of the most winningest organizations in all of Counter-Strike major history, right? Remember the early teams with KRIMZ, you had Pronax in there, you go back to the JW and Flusher era, they've won 3 majors, and they haven't been at one since 2019. Now, obviously, COVID slowed things down, but we've had a few since then, and it'd be great if the organization could get themselves in towards Rio, and this is a great start. We really want to see today, all these matches we have for everybody this evening, this afternoon, whoever ends up in the 2-0 buckets for these groups are setting themselves up to get that clean sweep, the 3-0, straight forward to the legend stage of the major. And that's where you want to find yourself. You don't want to have to battle through the challenger stage.
No, you definitely don't. What a hard way to go. Just get there right away. You skip a lot of it, and you're in a much more comfortable position. Even better, maybe you can spot all the other teams that you're going to be playing and get ready for them and see what kind of tricks they're coming up with. mezii getting real close now with the Galil. Going to be taking down Rain outside. So that creates a good bit of map space for them. Also interesting that we're even on Nuke for this best of 1 to begin with. That's so much fun to think about. Nice headshot from karrigan. They'll take down KRIMZ, angling for another one. Probably lucky to be alive.
Yeah, very much so. Rob's getting tagged here. He's down to 29 points of health, but you bang on. The fact we are on Nuke, there's going to have to be a clear game plan for fnatic. What are the weaknesses that they want to exploit? Because the way the veto goes, fnatic are the lower seed. It was always going to end up with them on the T side.
Yes.
So we have to see the calling early, and right now it's looking pretty good. It is a 4-on-4. karrigan's bought one back. Low HP for 2 members on FaZe now, and the crawl coming through. 25 seconds.
Molotov, but it's kind of in the lobby right now, so that sucks, because otherwise they could check out sort of part of the back of the bomb site, although they're going to be sneaking in. They catch Robs looking the other way, which is interesting. karrigan back here. Again, he should have been dead a minute ago, but I guess it arrives eventually, and they're going to break the bomb down and everything else. It might be a real small thing, but Rob's got kind of caught in the pistol round standing out in the middle of nowhere. He got caught this time. I don't almost ever see Robs get caught ever on in any moment, so it's really small sample size, but it's still unusual.
Yeah, in 2 different takes, right? One, they went fast towards him at ramp and just absolutely obliterated him. In the next round, they took it slow. They crawled and caught him sleeping right there next to the T vent. So a very good start for fnatic here. Now, if you're a FaZe fan and you support your boys, I understand it. You're the major reigning champions. You want to see them getting back to the Rio Major. And with this group, they should be making it. But FaZe have looked wobbly. We have to reflect on the quad OT game against Gamer Legion. They got pushed the distance and then some. Now, you can look at that game similar to what happened to Liquid during Pro League when they lost to Eternal Fire.
Yes.
That game was like the wake-up call for Liquid, and then everything got turned around. Hopefully, FaZe have had that big talk last night, and they've woken themselves up, because the results don't lie, right? The results is the one thing that we can bank on here. And for FaZe, they're not looking indomitable anymore. They're definitely looking shaky, and that's a problem when you're at an event of this caliber.
Yeah, it's really hard to pinpoint what it is that's kind of gone a little bit off the rails with the FaZe team at the moment, because I mean, they still have obviously all the same players. We know the depth that could be in this roster, but some of it is missing a bit. They're going to get a chance to prove today that they're on the right track once again. Scout being saved by broky. They've bought a couple of more pistols just to stay dangerous in this round, but otherwise, fnatic are looking in a decent shape to try and get a good 3-0 start here. Is there a gap there that Rain could see? Yes, there is. Trying to predict that shot. Not quite able to, but dangerous nonetheless.
Yeah, one of the keys here, the bomb is now across towards Secret. So you see teams operate in multiple different ways. One of which is take the Secret control and push the issue down towards the lower deck. The other is deploy a second wave of smokes. You can see here main smoked off. Now they can turn their attention and use their AKs at range against the pesky pistols and that scout already removed. So this is a great start. mezii with an opener there onto broky, one of the biggest bogey players. And roeJ's going to find karrigan as well, searching for info. So this is looking clean and tidy for fnatic. They're not rushing the issue. They're taking their time. They're preemptive for these fights. And right now, in round number 3, they have all the map control. You can see Heaven being taken as FaZe will trade the board, right? They're trading the chess piece right now. Will you take outside, you take Heaven, we'll take lobby. Unfortunately for them, that's exactly where fnatic wants them. Condemned now to their death. roeJ will grab another, and we can call this one done.
You know, when you do this kind of 4-1 split on the T side, where 4 people go outside and 1 stays back defending the lobby, it's one of my pet peeves when the guy defending lobby actually is in lobby to get crunched. And FaZe was playing it so far back, they were never going to be. I think that's great. I see a lot of even really high-level teams do this, and it's always such a risk, it's always such a danger. Because even with a rifle, you can't really defend 4 angles like that. So nice to see that they're a little bit careful like that.
Yeah, I think one of the keys when you are pushing, and you're right, you've highlighted FaZe here, who we will have to talk about a lot if fnatic continue to get yard. He will be a pressure point that they will try and exploit.
Yes.
It's how passive you play it. Now, if you play as a straggler and you're mainly in squeaky, then they will be able to isolate you quickly. Yeah. But if you're lobby entrant, you're on the roof, maybe you're on the catwalk girded there and you want to quickly go up the ladder, if you feel pressured, you need a way out. But you also need enough information to give that to mezii so he can continue to call the round. So, you know, it's a bit of a tug of war in that regard.
When we get the economy fully up and running, broky versus nicoodoz as 2 potential really aggressive AWP players. That could be a fun treat too. Yeah,
and I think here it really is going to depend in this matchup how by the X's and the O's they go, because if all the smoke walls are landing properly and it's not too much of a biff in front of that, then both of these players can be slightly negated in a map like Nuke, especially if teams are playing it by the book. But if they want to get a bit more heads up, pushing lobby with the AWP, pushing yard, taking those fights, then that is the type of counter-strike both of these players can deliver. But a bit of a standard opener here from fnatic. Molly towards the top of hut, smoke dribbles in front, and Window's already broken down towards the lower deck, so FaZe trying to play in front of this smoke wall yard. Will successfully get rained down here to defend and give that early info, but they no longer have him as a nuisance towards warehouse. This will have to be broky's responsibility.
Look at the utility on FaZe. I mean, this is a good buy for them in terms of the rifles. They're going for sure really hard to find, but they don't really have that many grenades left already. I mean, there's still 1 minute and 20 seconds in the round, so looking for the headshot, and that's everything you wanted. He's right out of there. Politely closes the door behind him. Good start.
You are right. The U2 is a bit of an issue here. So even though they have lost the opening kill, there's an interesting rotation coming through. mezii has the vent control. nicoodoz is being given some space to work, and KRIMZ is going to open the door, throw the smoke, and this will give the indication that it is going to be a B play. Rain's position can at least confirm, hold up. They're not planting just yet, but this is all misdirection to go vent to top. It's looking like they want to split.
Yeah, they're waiting for nicoodoz on there. If he can get the kill, either heaven or hell here, that could be absolutely round-changing. 40 seconds on the clock. He's sneaking up. He got past the ramp room. No one saw him there either. So now he's going to be taking a slow walk out, straight entry onto Twist. It's beautiful. And he does even spot the last player running out of there. But at least they should get a bomb plant here swiftly. mezii is already on it, I think.
KRIMZ is hearing this. So we obviously know karrigan's hot. He's burned and he's spamming away. KRIMZ just constricting this position. Up the vent, he can also spot broky. These are powerful post-plant positions here.
Yeah, they really are. Bomb plant finally comes through. Doesn't realize maybe the Rain is the second player in there, but they definitely know now. A little bit of a giveaway. And like you said, coming up out of the vent, now it's just a 3-on-3. But how do you get a player out of there as long as KRIMZ is holding that squeaky door? roeJ and broky. That's a meaty grenade lands on roeJ.
Safe.
And broky's far away. Wow, what a turnaround from fnatic. Even losing the entry, they seemed in such great control of the round.
It felt like they were playing FaZe like a fiddle, right? Yes. The utility they were throwing towards lower, they didn't overextend towards the double door side and give up a kill right there. They played in the vents and the decon side. You saw KRIMZ, as mentioned, open that door, throw the smoke. It had an immediate response. When you see that, you're FaZe, hey, hold up, they're hitting the lower side. And then as they're strung out in that retake, think about all the different positions FaZe were coming for to try and retake that top. Well, nobody was together. karrigan's gone down before the rotation points come through to try and get a trade there. Rain stepped out hut one at a time. They had a player looking to go heaven, a player looking to go main, and all of those kills were one-on-ones available for fnatic. So this is the dream start for them against FaZe. 4-0, gun saved, buy back. But if they win and obliterate them here, they can really make FaZe squirm. This is a best of one.
Yes. And you know, you mentioned it. They knew they were going to be starting on the T side. They pushed it onto Nuke anyway. When you do that, you have to come up with something good. You have to show that you're able to call great on the T side of Nuke because it can be really tricky, but that's what they're doing fnatic, so more power to them.
It might be too late as well because they've been able to get down to secret time and time again. So in this best of one environment, if you're going to try and disrupt that smoke wall now, you're already 5 rounds in the hole, and mezii's been calling that pattern. So if mezii stays ahead, right, and karrigan continues to guess wrong, and they can't stop them right here, right now, this will be flow-on effects for the remainder of the half.
You're absolutely right. Like, eventually, maybe FaZe will have to put 2 people down here, which causes a big problem somewhere else. karrigan trying his best, and it's a really good attempt to double kill. nicoodoz gonna actually fail the Molotov. That's a bit awkward, but broky will still cancel his little engagement down there. 3 versus 4, all thanks to karrigan getting that double. That's absolutely huge.
Okay, well, KRIMZ is still on the top deck, and fashia and nicoodoz are partnered up here. Now, they don't have a smoke, otherwise they could have tried to mimic the play. They're spamming the rafter, making sure nobody is sitting above the silo. 40 seconds left, still time to make a move. And you can see FaZe are a bit hesitant to take aggression on their own. It didn't go well for them last time.
Yeah, I don't really mind that they're waiting around here. Maybe Rain now gonna be taking a peek out there. It is so close. He almost spots him out there. He still might catch you, but I think KRIMZ actually made his way past. That's a little bit unnerving. If he could find the right kill here, he could disrupt everything. He's gonna take a couple of shots in there, straight down right next to broky. And he's gonna call it in, saying, yeah, they're coming. Nice entry for Shark, gonna be taking down roeJ. It's back into a 3-on-3. 9 seconds on the clock, and they need a bomb plant right now before anyone else shows up. Rain is gonna get the kill, but a good return. KRIMZ is there, almost gets the spray. Now it's a 1 versus 2, and Rain will only barely make it out of the round. A good triple for the Norwegian, and a very, very important round for FaZe.
Yeah, very much so. That double from karrigan, that's how things all started, right? The fact he gets 2 kills there really should have only been good for 1, but it's able to double up. Massive work from the in-game leader. roeJ gets caught off guard again. You've mentioned this a couple of times here. He was glued on the double doors.
Yeah.
KRIMZ drops down the vent. They slide out the single door. roeJ is caught blindsided. Unfortunately for Rain, he's going to pick things up here. So brittle economy FaZe. Look, that is a win. It's a win, but we need to see consecutive rounds here. fnatic have more than enough cash to work with, and they've really hurt the bank on the FaZe side of things. Now, they do get the AWP, right? They do get enough utility. There's kits in play. It's still a bit touch and go compared to the full buy that fnatic have. KRIMZ with the AWP? KRIMZ with the AWP.
Listen, he's had a long career. Maybe it's, you know, time for a change.
Yeah, it's just a bit unusual, really.
Yes.
Don't hate it.
I would have assumed eventually he's going to swap it over to nicoodoz. So maybe not. Maybe this is a Nuke specialty that we're seeing. broky, like we said, he is an aggressive AWPer. Combat style up close. Rain and broky both go down in return. roeJ, they haven't really said his name yet. He's got a couple of kills. He's going to get 1 more on karrigan. Twist, he's getting shot in the back either way. He's in a lot of trouble here. Actually can't believe he's still alive. Gets a chance for a reload, but KRIMZ will show up and through the squeak door take him down.
Okay.
He actually stuck with the AWP. What's going on?
I don't know. I'm happy to see it. He's thrown it over to nicoodoz now. I guess it was part of that strategy, right? Because they were clearly doing a top pop there. So if KRIMZ is the individual on the roof, maybe he was throwing the util coming in with it late as we saw. Or nicoodoz had already bought when the call was made, and he knows as part of this strategy, he has to be in that lobby pack, right? So there's a couple of things that could have gone wrong there. Regardless, it went right, and it's 5-1. FaZe now, slightly broken.
It'll be worth doing at one point. For somebody to come up with like a consistency graph, because I bet you KRIMZ throughout his whole career would have to be just so high up on that.
That's a nice find there. Rain onto KRIMZ, 2 of the vets in the server right now.
Yes.
2 pretty consistent style of players. I know Rain's definitely had his troughs, so's KRIMZ, but in terms of the output that these individuals had since the very first majors, we've been watching them for years, and KRIMZ is even flexing in the server, everybody. He has the medal next to his name from winning IEM Katowice in 2015.
Nice. Good bit of history. I'm going to appreciate that. roeJ sneaking his way past. He's low on health already. So even with the AK up against the MP9, you have to assume it could get tricky. roeJ, I don't think he saw him just yet. roeJ has only got the 1 kill. Quick to get that one straight headshot to bang out roeJ.
This is a really good round. Look at the investment here. Rain gets boosted with the M4, picks up 1. roeJ in the MP9, that light investment as well, has also found a kill and can get an upgrade here. Now, we know fnatic have operated well in number down situations, but this is a whole different kettle of fish. It might get worse. karrigan gets so much damage, but doesn't go down.
Yeah, only because it was right through the wall. Otherwise, it would have been a straight headshot to kill him right away. Sneaks around. Good little spin around for nicoodoz. Oh, and this is the fighting back. nicoodoz alone. 1 versus 2. He picks up 1. Oh, close, and roeJ barely saves the round. If he would have got 1 more shot off, that could have been the end. And it would have been heartbreaking. But now instead, it could be time finally for FaZe to celebrate a little bit because they brought nothing into this round.
Yeah, I'd be celebrating a lot right there. And if I was Rob and Cool, I think the heart rate would have been pounding quite quickly as my teammates were disintegrating around me and nicoodoz flicking around like a turret from that squeaky door position. But again, number disadvantage for Fnatic, and they still pull it back to a one-on-one. This one's a bit of a harder round to stomach, considering the fact that it was a much lighter investment, but a great round nonetheless, and only a 3-round margin. It's Fnatic buy-in now, and looks like fast towards ramp for KRIMZ on the Mac 10.
They're gonna go for it. roeJ can't escape this one. Doesn't want to escape. 3 kills. This time they do not catch him off guard at all. broky will take down mezii. That's a great 1-2. If you swing for it, you fight him, you know he's trapped in there, you suddenly face the AWP.
Yeah, I want to do a bit of justice to that call from mezii and co as well. Yeah, they've been conditioning yards so much. They've been doing the crawls towards secret. They've been getting the space. They threw the limp smoke outside, thought, hey, maybe FaZe are going to have a setup where they won't be able to back up roeJ and we can isolate him. But they immediately rotated, and roeJ didn't really need the help. He stalled them out with that off angle fantastically well. And now roeJ, the round changes for him. He's just looking for damage here. If he can find another kill or two, that's going to be a positive. But FaZe, we're going to finally string some rounds together. AWP strikes, broky will take that, and they've managed 3 out of the last 4 here, FaZe, so this could be the shifting of the tides now, especially with Fnatic out of money. They're a little bit boned in that cash department. Is that like a rash vest that he has under his jersey?
Yeah, I think so.
That's what you wear when you go boogie boarding or surfing. Or is that like a gym one that they wear where they get sweaty?
Gym one. I wear that as a
You
gym.
wear that?
Yeah.
I only really know that from, I don't really go to the gym with other people. I go to Henry G's private gym, we call it. It's an exclusive membership.
All right, rare club. Yeah, you have to be invited. Can't just, there's no sign up anywhere.
Try jumping the fence, but normally doesn't go down too well. What about nade there? And a follow-up nade as well. More residual damage.
Listen, if we were FaZe fans trying to gauge whether or not FaZe is going to be in shape for the major, coming out of Pro League and all the rest of it, seeing them go down, but then, you know, resummon their strength, you know, sort of get back on track, that's actually kind of, I mean, obviously it's fun if you just start out flying, but we know that this is part of what it means to win a whole tournament. You can't just be flying out of every match and winning the whole thing. So sometimes you need to sort of reconfigure the team, get back into it. I'm glad to see them doing this right now. I think it's great.
Yeah, I think as well you have post-arena depression. We all feel it when we finish an arena event and we go home and we don't know what we do for ourselves for the next week. Imagine being the team who literally won that event in front of 15,000 fans, and they've done that twice this year. Cologne and obviously the Antwerp major.
Yep.
Katowice as well. I forgot about that one. So let's make it 3 times this year. So that, you know, it must be hard to continue to have that same fire when the highest of highs come in that environment with thousands upon thousands of fans, the high stakes of those matches, the pressure. This environment, still obviously a little bit more of that studio land. But I think for FaZe fans out there, just to get FaZe through the RMR, that's all you're looking for, right? If they end up getting through 3-0, that's great. If they end up getting through 3-2, that's still great. Because I'm with you in this. They'll ramp up. They're going to have, what, 20 days after this event to ramp up, get everything in order.
Yes.
They're also getting a bit of a taste, a bit of a test, because so many other teams in the competitive landscape right now have rebuilt in the break or just before, and they're still building their playbook. Teams like FaZe, Na'Vi should be a little bit deeper than them, and right now we're about to dig into Fnatic's playbook. Kita, the coach behind, is going to be waving that British flag alongside a mezii, the in-game leader in the center here, and they just wanted to discuss the approach going forward, because now they've been stalled out with this 3-round spread. All that early work with conditioning, it's not undone, but you're thinking, okay, what's karrigan expecting us to do, and what's a call that we think that we can find the space with? Now, roeJ would be a good talking point for this. He's the one crossing secret every time. He can give the information of what's been happening towards yard.
It's a different game all of a sudden, as opposed to you sort of dictating the terms to FaZe. It's now more of an open negotiation, exactly what's going to happen, and that could be, yeah, that could be a bit rough as well. Round number 10 coming up. Nade out there, actually pretty decent on roeJ. We'll do a little bit of damage to tag him up. roeJ's very aggressive in here.
Yeah, and he actually had broky not too far behind towards ramp in case of a pacey play. Now, the nade off the door, this is something that's starting to have a little bit more, because if teams want to consistently take secret control, if you blow that door off, you can actually check it from ramp, but they're not going to expect roeJ here. That's the bomb dropped. How many more can he get? There's 2 more around the corner. fazher and nicoodoz are both going to step in, but only one will walk out. nicoodoz eventually trades, but that's another double for roeJ. Great work.
Very expensive just to try and get not even ramp, but just the entry into ramp.
They've been good in these situations, though. They've been good at walking out and just taking aim fights.
They also had no Molotovs. Otherwise, maybe that's what they could have done instead of trying and deal with roeJ in that moment. They just didn't have it, so decided to fight him straight up, and it cost them a fair bit. Under a minute now. Oh, they're going to boost their way back up.
Well, right now, ramp is actually a problem. They haven't readdressed it since Rops went down. They've left it open the entire time. So a question mark for both teams is what's going on at ramp. Because fnatic don't know as much as FaZe don't know, and Twist is very worried that they've been able to go around the world. Rain is not open to the heaven ramp, and broky's down towards the lower deck. So you can see Twist investigating now, but it's actually fnatic wanting to group up towards Secret. They should get a free cross. They will have enough time to get towards lower, and this time they have a smoke on KRIMZ. So we might see that same sequence for them to get into the site. But remember, that door was blown open.
Door was blown open, and you're right, that smoke for the bomb plant is going to be huge, especially when you're running the clock down this low. You don't really want to be interrupted in the middle of planting the bomb. So, yeah, there we go. karrigan. Oh, this is dangerous. A little bit too much speed behind that, maybe. Into a 3-on-3. broky playing out here, not hearing any footsteps behind him, not even really worried about it. Got a teammate coming. Oh! Surprise! It's a double kill. And KRIMZ running out of time at the end, just trying to stay alive inside of the smoke, but he's going to get killed by Rain after the clock has run down. That is disastrous.
Yeah, poor KRIMZ there, but that was great from broky, wasn't it? The restraint. karrigan's the one to drop down to unravel the situation and force them forward in a quicker fashion. But we've got a nice opening double here from Rops, which really set the tone of the round. Then drawing back towards yard, and then boom, the door opens. You've got a collat in a box. It's like a jack in a box, but this one's broky special.
I want to believe, as much as he's sitting, you know, close to the monitor, I want to believe that he had his volume turned up 500%, and he was like listening when exactly are the footsteps going to align. Like,
you saying he's being like a deathmatch tryhard? Exactly. That's what the people at home, volume 1 in deathmatch, Anders.
Oh.
You've got to do it. You're not going to get your KD ratio up as high as you can if you're not doing that. I know people at home are like, nah, deathmatch with MP3s. That's a quitter's mentality.
Yeah, you gotta...
On volume, everything serious, no casual. You gotta focus.
Take the hearing loss. You know, it's all good.
Yeah, well, yeah. Okay, hold up. Don't. I'm not responsible for anybody's hearing loss.
Listen, you can always turn the volume up more. That's how you solve that problem. broky's here, sneaking up.
Almost another one.
Close to being another 2 for 1. Rops. Oh, that's awkward, but Shah's still going to be eventually burning alive. So 2 versus 3, a little bit wobbly maybe in this round for FaZe in terms of losing some of the rifles. They do have a pretty good bank, but just don't give up any more here and they should be okay.
Precisely. And these fnatic players all have aim. They're all very potent in the firepower department here, but so are FaZe, and they'll try and run mezii down. That's another kill given over, and they're not expecting nicoodoz now. He's missed the shot. He's fluffed his lines and finally connects, but broky's in between both of them.
Do they know? I think they have an idea. They're crouching like they do. I think they might realize broky could be in a lot of trouble here. fnatic should not be winning this round. And there's still 1 shot left for broky to try. No, they'll get it as well. Point blank range, triple for broky. He just pulled FaZe out of the fire.
That was very, very problematic there for a second. How did that one almost get past the keeper? So FaZe still with some of these wobbles. They have the 1-round lead now, so they do mop it up. But that was extremely scary. I didn't even expect mezii to get a kill there when he was taking that fight from Red. And you can see the boys getting fired up, but it needs to be a bit of a sigh of relief. You can see from the leader there, understanding how much chaos that could have caused. Utility left towards ladder base, so we'll see how that plays into things. With the squeaky blown off, the standard opener, you see the molly, that's the CT, the smoke in front, that's from the T's, and that's trying to enable a bit of space. Oh, and yeah, he's been peppered quite significantly, so I think they have a good idea he's down the vent.
They should realize. We'll find out soon if FaZe are going to try and make an adjustment to make up for the fact there's nobody down there for FaZe at the moment. It's just the Fashar that's made his way down. Not seeing any real adjustment at the moment for FaZe.
Yeah, and understandably so. We know that they have to make a sound cue to get Fasha either in towards that site, break a window, open a door, or return up the vent. Now, they are wanting to split top, but if they try and come through main, check out this double warehouse setup. We've seen FaZe run this before. Rops is there. He's anti-flash. Rain's going to take first contact, but there's 2 players here. Rops could bait Rain and then activate late. Might not even have to. Rain's done the job.
That's absolutely perfect. And now look at karrigan activating at the same time. Running around, shooting in the back. Oh, it's so good. nicoodoz goes down as well. karrigan to the double. He's been playing pretty well this game. And just KRIMZ left, 1 versus 5. fnatic. Oh, from almost winning the eco round to getting blown up in this one. No casualties on the FaZe side. And they're taking a lead now.
Yeah, it has really changed the conversation. 6 in a row, 7 of the last 8. And a timeout called for the fnatic side of things here. They really needs to see if they can find at least one round before we get to halftime. Remember, this is the 1-0 bucket. Winner of this will go up to the 2-0 bucket, and at that point, one best of 3 away for locking themselves into the legend stage of the Rio Major.
Yeah, that is huge. That is something that's really worth fighting for. And both teams are right now. 7-5, 2-round gap open up between the two teams. FaZe definitely feel like they're starting to get a little bit more in control of this. From a pretty rough start.
Oh, okay. That's a little bit of a different timeout music there. Just whacking a hoodie on. Twist is a little bit chilly, a little bit cold. So we like to keep it air conditioned here. It's not crazy hot in Malta anymore, but the humidity is always going to be rife when we're so close to the sea.
Sure.
I think it's about 25, 26 today. If you're in the sun, get a nice, you're still going to get the color in, still going to get the tan going.
Yeah, it's good. I've enjoyed it. But it's good that we have the technology for Twist to, stay warm.
That's a good use of a technical timeout right there.
Could appreciate that.
You don't want him to be too chilly. Don't want to be shaken.
3 kills on KRIMZ at the moment. Probably could add to that just a tiny bit. That'd be nice.
Yeah, considering he was a beast for them just the other day, and as we discussed, the veteran of this team, multiple major winner KRIMZ, been with the fnatic organization for many a year now, the only surviving member of the OG crew. And I'm not talking about the team that just beat Illumina. Now, this is curious. They've gone for standard openings with util. They blew open Squeaky. They have enough residual utility here for a few options, right? There's a couple of smokes remaining, 3 in total. They could do a late smoke wall and go down secret. They could do a late top pop, smoke heaven, smoke main. There's plenty of options available here to fnatic, and they have pistols that would be perfectly played to pounce, and lovely place utility. So this is buying more into the idea that it will be the top pop. They could even do double waves to burn utility here, but it looks like they might be going.
Yeah, they want to. The Molotov, though, might slow them down. That's really, really put a hold on this attack. They're finally going to go, but instant shutdown. broky and Twist, actually. broky twice now. Shooting at each other, I believe, through the wall. That's not exactly ideal, but good comedy if they would have kept firing at each other, on the other hand. nicoodoz there with a headshot. They need a lot more of that. karrigan is kind of ready to take the fight, and it'll defeat him straight up. Oh, that's awkward.
That's a love tap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're far ahead right now. They have the money. I guess it's all just good banter at the end of the day.
Yeah, precisely. With only 2 rounds of Counter-Strike to be played, I don't think there'll be many ramifications from that TK, so I wouldn't be too worried if you're a FaZe fan. And also, if you're a Fnatic fan, you have to be kind of content with this 5 rounds so far on the T-Hall. They did their work in the early stages when FaZe was still booting into the economy. Have had a bit of a rougher go of things. That's 2 rounds consecutively now where they haven't taken many casualties whatsoever.
Yeah, and what, FaZe have won 7 in a row? So it's starting to look really good for them. roeJ hoping, as you said, he's been the one walking past this wall out here. See if he's going to keep going down. You can get close to the smoke wall and flash your way through and sort of try and make it a fight instead.
For sure, but again, I think FaZe are preempting that. You wouldn't be running this double warehouse setup with roeJ playing anti-flash from the start of the round if you weren't expecting that change. So they know that they have likely given up secret here. And if Fnatic do try and return to this late, like we discussed earlier in the piece, they're going to have 2 players to get through because roeJ and Rain don't appear to be moving at all. Some of that scoop utility being deployed again to try and lock this down. And you can understand why you'd be doing this. If you're playing multiple members over in Warehouse, their utility is pointless. You want to use that elsewhere. You want to make it seem like they're bigger, stronger towards top and ramp. So I'm liking this adjustment from FaZe.
Fnatic would have loved to found a kill early on in the first 30, 40 seconds of this round. And they'll get it on Rain. That's KRIMZ to open it up. Yeah, but they will not expect roeJ's back turn as they walk into it. He's going to pick both of them up. I don't think they even realized where they were getting shot from. I don't think the information ever got to KRIMZ at all. So broky going to be backing out. karrigan trying to make up for it. And a good little flick down to take down nicoodoz. And this defense is looking absolutely airtight at the moment. mezii on his own, 1 versus 4. No chance at all to do anything here. And karrigan remains fairly aggressive. That's interesting.
Yeah, looking for as many as he can there, karrigan. He's had some of these more off-the-hook type of plays, off-the-wall type of maneuvers, where he's been very aggressive. He's going to pounce and try and completely unravel the round, and he practically did with those corpses just there. Not enough time on the clock for mezii to get anything done. Don't even have to mention the numbers. And it's just another problem in this streak of rounds, Anders, that we've been talking about, the 8 consecutive, is there hasn't been a single bomb plant.
Ouch.
So that's a big issue for the T's, because we know if they don't get the cash injection, they can't reinvest even with max loss bonus. At least not into the AKs and all the hoodies. So some big issues here for Fnatic not getting traction into bomb sites.
AK, couple of Tech-9s, a Mac-10 and a Galil to go into the 15th round with. As you pointed out, the bomb plant's absolutely having an impact at the end of the half here. They're going to try and get down, double drop, triple. karrigan catching at least one.
Hello.
Comes flying right down. No time for reloads. He just wanted to find more of them. Rops is here to stop the bomb plant. Oh, that's karrigan on the other side. I thought for a minute, but at least that'll slow it down. So 3 versus 4. karrigan is just relentlessly aggressive in this second part of the first half. roeJ is going to be going down next, and it's mezii and nicoodoz.
Okay, well, they're looking to walk out late hot here, and I think one of the positive signs here for FaZe fans is everybody's contributing in all of this. These final 2 members, this is going to be a tough round. When the bomb's already down towards B, Anders, what are you meant to do? Look for fights? They're not going to give them to you.
Yeah. You need FaZe to make a mistake, but it's very unlikely that they will. They're quite far out on the map. Maybe a chance here if you find broky. They do about equals amounts of damage. Oh, and the nade finisher. There we go. 10-5 in the first half. FaZe, once they came alive, they did not stop. Second half is coming up after the break.
Hey Future Pros! I saw Big doing a nifty little boost on Nuke during the European Minor Open qualifiers, so I thought I'd quickly show you all how to recreate it. To do this boost, you'll need 2 Future Pros and 1 AWP. Future Pro number 1, you'll be acting as the stool. It's important work and your contribution is appreciated. Run over and hop onto the far left railing and crouch down. When Future Pro 2 is on your head, stand when they jump and then just chill out. Future Pro number 2, you will get to have all the fun. Follow Future Pro 1 and get onto their head using the close railing. Jump again to allow your stool to stand. Now aim towards this gap and line yourself up so this railing lines up with the edge of the direct close wall. Position your scope so you're aiming just below the painted blue section. Then fire your AWP when the timer is just about to change from 148 to 147. Here you can see the exact moment when CSN made his shot. And that's it. With a bit of luck and a willing teammate, I'm sure you can hit this shot at least 1 in every 100 rounds. Good luck.
Fnatic hot out of the gates up against FaZe Clan. You can see FaZe getting fired up in the early stages, but FaZe put a cap on them and managed 9 consecutive rounds, denying the bomb plant time and time again to get a 10-5 half in their favor. Now we shift over. FaZe are on the attack, Fnatic on the defense. I'm joined by Anders to bring you this second half. Anders, do you think Fnatic have any chance to bring this one back and give us a competitive affair?
Honestly, the way that it feels right now, it feels like a very slim chance, if any. Certainly, the pistol round here is going to be real important for once. I feel like 10-5. It's not that the scoreline itself is that devastating. It's just that FaZe won 9 rounds in a row to close out the first half with. That's a little bit impressive. So, yeah, I want to see a momentum switch here for fnatic and get back into the second half really early on. Rain has already made the jump down. I'm pretty sure they heard. So they're roading back. They're checking. There's someone could have snuck by. There's still, you will get the jump on nicoodoz. Good start.
Yeah, they actually started drifting over to help him out. Trades across the map. roeJ to twist. karrigan will get mezii back. So number advantages. Rain peppers down from the heavens. It's just going to be KRIMZ and Fashion now to consider the save of the Kevlar or to give the retake an attempt. Neither option's great.
No, there don't seem to be many good solutions at this particular point in the round.
No, and they also came back to assist nicoodoz after Roy heard the Rain jump off of main. And there's the goose. So this one is just going to be all the kills coming in favor of FaZe. Losing.
I've got a comment from the Twitch chat in the meantime.
Okay.
If you're up for it.
Sure.
Somebody said Chad is the type of player to hide behind the sandbags on Vertigo DM. Comments?
Yeah, I'll go lower dark. I'll go between lower dark and upper dark. What else will I do? If I get an AWP and sit in pit, you know, I'll do all of that, because this is the thing. A lot of you out there, when you're playing deathmatch, you think that you need to keep moving. You spawn in and you win as many fights from that position as you possibly can. All right, guys. Put your head on a swivel and then maybe start moving if you kill everybody. But Force,
okay.
What's out here from fnatic? Now nicoodoz with the scout, hoping to find something. Tag's not bad.
Keep it. One more time. Do it again. He could have had it. He's...
2 shots left. Is he going to take them all? The smokes will fade before he gets the last 2 out.
Yeah. I like that.
Now, Roy the Doorman. This is going to be his job when Counter-Strike all falls through. Holding doors open.
Yeah. Hopefully with less aggressive customers than currently what's at the nightclub here. They are throwing Molotovs at him.
Well, Roy's a lovely guy, so I'm sure having him on the door, he'll be greeting you with a smile, and the rotations come through. So FaZe...
Just saying the hazard compensation has to be huge if the customers are throwing Molotovs and
that's true.
Rifles. Like, I'm going to want really good healthcare plans.
Danger pay.
Yeah, exactly.
We've got 2 players lower here to deal with this fnatic. Here comes the attack.
Yeah, they're going to go straight for it. A little bit of a trade. KRIMZ is there, but the speed of that Mac 10 behind karrigan, and they're, again, very aggressive on the FaZe side. nicoodoz trying to sneak in there. I can't believe he lined up the headshot. Oh, and he took him down for the smoke. karrigan is next. nicoodoz, surely that's the end of the line for him. It's going to be mezii showing up and shutting down Twist, shooting him in the back. In fact, rops now.
I have a kit. FaZe has a kit.
I can't believe it. How did they end up in a 1 versus 3 in this round? And especially, like you pointed out, with the kit, it's 1 more headshot. nicoodoz will bring him down. fnatic had no business winning this round, and yet here we are.
What? That is some wild shots. That one he finishes off through the smoke as well. That's just a blind shot from nicoodoz right there. Bit of tenacity from the Danish AWPer in the fnatic jersey. This is some phenomenal stuff here. This is great. Combat scouting, I guess. We might have to throw that term in the mix now. Onto karrigan, beautiful. And then this one here, swing open the door, double scoped in, and sits drops on his ass. That is a massive round for fnatic.
4 HE grenades.
They're not even getting into the force by wars, Anders.
No, they're not.
They planted as well. They could have had Tech 9s. This is basically an eco. They were fishing for a kill there. FaZe are a little bit rumbled here. I know they have this lead. When you have best of ones, maybe you'll be a little bit more precarious with your calls.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting, right? Because the advantage to forcing in this round is keeping the pressure on the fnatic economy. You're giving a huge chance right now that fnatic will make it out with all the rifles and have a lot more of a bank. But I guess on the other hand, you might also just be using the lead that you have, the 5 rounds, and saying, all we need is really 5 more rounds ourselves, and we can get that with rifles. We'll get it. So trusting in themselves, once they pick up the rifles, they're going to be able to do it. We'll find out.
I'm interested to see if this continues to be a pressure point as well. We saw on the pistol round, Rain gracefully launch himself off of main and wrap towards heaven and hell quite quickly, and now they've pressured it again on essentially an eco round. So you can see the thought process. Nade up and Squeaky, let's nade main, let's try and get a kill. They go back, come Yarn, they throw the smoke towards Unbreakable, scale through it, and take the fight. Now it's a bit of an interesting round. There shouldn't be too much more to say about this, but for FaZe, well, the positives for them have slightly changed. It's how much more damage can we do? We want to keep fnatic under the thumb. Now look at this re-aggressed. Lobby control completely taken. mezii and fashio are about to call this one clear. Rain will scoop up the bomb. There are two players starting to head down secret. Maybe misdirection so Rain can plant top?
Yeah, it could be. It feels like it. A very, very late attempt to try and do that. Not going to be successful. Mid-air catch by nicoodoz. But even if not that stylish, there would have been mezii right there. Bomb plant was probably never going to happen. I like the idea. I think that's a cool plan. Ultimately, though, it's a 11-7 scoreline. Very different outcome. This is Fnatic's ticket back into this game. And remember, this is a super critical game in terms of getting into that legend stage.
100%, right? When we want to focus on these teams, especially of FaZe's caliber, you want them to be able to skip through the challenger stage and be straight in that lead. They're the defending champs, and I think that would be their expectation of themselves. Now, if you do lose this game, it's not impossible. It just gets a whole lot harder.
Yeah.
But if you can pick this one up here today, you set yourself up in the 2-0 bucket. Well, they're going to top pop karrigan. I don't think the Utah did a whole lot. mezii, I don't think he was even partially flashed, even though the icon says something different and pushing through with the Mac 10. Damage done. Fnatic have stalled them out here.
Yeah, in a big way. And remember, this comes after the save for this particular round. Not that an A-pop is necessarily a bad idea, but they definitely did not make that work.
It is a bit of a shame when you go for a play like that after taking an eco and then you're immediately shut down in the first 20 seconds of the round. It's like, well, we saved for this, right? We didn't even give ourselves a default round to have a chance. We didn't try and play those rotations, but there's a reason they make this call. Yeah. And I'm sure that there's something in the game plan. They've gone, hey, we see a weakness in this side of the map. If we do this, we're able to function here. Rain's going to sell something towards Yard. KRIMZ, will he bite down on this and have a look? Curiosity killed the cat. But the King of Kings calling this one pretty comfy right now.
Yeah, gotta be careful though. Pointed out, getting maybe a little bit too curious out in the yard. It'll be Rain to find him. 3 versus 3 now at about 30 seconds on the clock, and bring the bomb still on the other side on the back of broky. Could drop down if they wanted to. They don't have to do this. roeJ with the entry onto roeJ. They're just slowly picking them apart of this round. Finally, a bit of a return as mezii will pick up Rain and he'll keep going. And now only roeJ a very low health. mezii might have found the way out. He's got the ace at the end of the round. He just picked it up throughout the whole stretch of it. And that is magnificent. 11-8. What a round for mezii.
Yeah, 17 kills. He's in-game leading. He's a young gun. I know Kassad is a massive fan of his. Right, knows that this kid can have an awful lot of output, and we're seeing it right now. Right, this round opened in the first 20 seconds with 2 kills and closed in the last 20 seconds with 3. So that is phenomenal stuff as the anchor on the site. And you can see FaZe in that situation. I think it was roeJ, the final man standing there as he was looking up towards heaven. They're trusting that their teammate will find that trade. But there's not enough time, there wasn't enough HP, and they forgot that they were dealing with mezii. So back down to the pistols here. Starting to get into dangerous territory for FaZe now.
nicoodoz warming up that AWP.
I'm seeing more of these Vox stickers appearing everywhere, Anders, and it puts a smile on my face. Everybody has a gun with a Vox sticker on it. I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot.
Yeah, but it must be a bittersweet experience for you, Chad, because I heard you got officially, I guess, unnationed from the
oh yeah. Apparently
that was rough yesterday.
Apparently Dexter's he's forgotten who I am and where I came from. So it's a little bit sad. It's okay. I'll forgive him.
I can hear it in your voice. Like, forgiveness is on the way, in fact. KRIMZ having himself a good time. It's nice he had a bit of a rough game to start with. Now he's up to 9, make it 10. Nice couple of eco kills to get everything nice and warmed up. mezii leading the board. I think the real problem, not that there's a couple of them right now, but if nicoodoz gets that AWP I'm running, he is, I think, one of the crazier players to watch these days with the AWP. So you don't want to see that if you're on the FaZe side at all.
You mentioned it earlier, and I think what people need to understand with that sentiment you have is it's not just about him hitting the shots, it's about the flow of an AWPer. If an in-game leader has an AWPer that says, listen, boss, I want to go for this peak, the in-game leader knows how to facilitate him and then how to complement that across the rest of the map. And if you have an AWPer who's looking actively for fights, like this, it gives you
very actively
a lot more options.
Yes,
if your AWPer is passive, you don't have options. You're the one having to say, hey, would you like to go and try and find us a pick here? You don't want that. You want your AWPer to at least give you the option. He's like, no, it's all right, mate, not this round, we're going to do this. So you want an AWPer to be proactive. And you hear that from a lot of in-game leaders talking about their players and what they can offer up.
Speaking of Vox, didn't you guys beat Maniac once?
Once upon a time. We got to let him live that down. I don't even rub it in anymore. It's all you mob now. I've let it lie. nicoodoz, here he is, aggressive in lobby. That one seemed way too easy. roe's caught off guard. The rest of them noisily while the smoke is still up. roy's going to take broky. This is a great start for fnatic.
It really is. They're actually coming back into this game in a huge way right now. roeJ sneaking in. The timing could not have been better. Taking down Rain, and also, as you pointed out, the footsteps on the other side of that smoke wall, giving the game away. Nice knockout from karrigan. Tired of the shenanigans from roeJ. Going to be able to drop him, but still, 2 versus 4. This is where you want to see fnatic play the basics. Just don't give them any more kills. If they want to go fight for the bomb sites, then they have to probably sacrifice one player to even get there.
Yeah, that's very true. And it looks like they're just going to be sacrificing that man right now. Twist as he rounds the corner, needs a hard clear. mezii too sharp, up to 18. Just karrigan floating with the bomb on his back. A plant, if karrigan could get that, would be ideal with the max loss bonus, but I don't think it's possible. Oh, definitely not. There it is. KRIMZ is going to find him. And as mentioned, no plant means unlikely to see a threatening buy here. broky's the high end with 3.9 and the low end is 3.4. So you can see there's not a big differential in the cash available for everybody in the team. However, it's not a full buy territory. It's another half buy, maybe another set, like a little set piece, like a top pop or a ramp explode. Smokes towards yard, see if you can scale down quickly with some Tech-9s. Catch somebody from fnatic sleeping. And they will call their first timeout here. So those conversations are being had, and I'll let everybody know 4 Tech-9s and a P250 has been bought. Take a bet here, Anders. There's nothing on the line. Where do you think they'll be heading with these Tech-9s?
The thing is, you want to obviously say rush the A bomb side, but with all the utility that they know that's going to be on the fnatic side, that seems like almost suicide. I personally, I'm a huge fan of people doing the jump from the silo onto the roof of Mini and just diving down there. You could even do that with 3 players.
Those twists.
Yeah.
Yeah, the play, I think they call it Canada in FaZe. So let's see if they go for that type of maneuver here. Have some bodies on the roof, but it doesn't look like there's any crazy pace to this. We are back into the game. Don't you worry about that. And the kills are going down. roeJ has found roePs in the opener. I'm sure we'll get back there momentarily, everybody.
Yeah, 4 on 5. roePs denied any kind of an entry to begin with. mezii taking up, finding a tiny gap. And he's got a guest in there with him. It's Rain, not really a welcome one. That one didn't make it through the smoke. karrigan instantly shut down. So whatever the plans were with the Tech-9s, that plan has been absolutely denied at this point in time.
Getting a bit stumped now, FaZe. They're swallowing the same bitter pill that fnatic had to consecutively, but they didn't get off to as strong as a start. They won the pistol and then lost the force. And that's how we find ourselves here with about to be an 11-11 scoreline. This is great from fnatic, and I'll read it for everybody at home. The last time fnatic were in the majors was back in Katowice of 2019. It's been a long time between drinks.
Yeah, it really has sobering experience for them, no doubt. And this is the highway to get there if you win this one. FaZe unquestionably one of the tougher teams to bring down in this group. So you wanna make sure that you do it right now and you get into that potential 3-0 territory if you can keep it up. Should get them really fired up if they can take down FaZe. 11-11. We're all tied up. nicoodoz out here with the AWP, a little bit more passive than last time. Yeah, that is a good flash, but I think it actually flashed karrigan on the other side too.
Oh dear, that's how good it was. Everybody was blind.
Yeah,
all right.
Too much.
Yeah, so great flash for both sides. They sacrifice karrigan, but they get the space and they get 3 players down secret. roePs is key here. The question will be if fnatic, are they going to try and target roePs and clear him out of lobby, or will they just dispatch more bodies towards the lower side of things to assist the B site, which is currently where roeJ resides? And yeah, KRIMZ will trot on down as well. So this is heavily fortified now.
That is a difficult angle, but broky's been having himself a real game. 23 kills on him. Rain on the opening on the other side. KRIMZ out of the round, and a quick bomb plant to follow. nicoodoz back here. Twist a little bit too curious once again, and he's going to get taken down. 3 versus 3, but with 1 player still up in the lobby, it's very hard to retake and not get shot in the back.
Well, they know that roePs is likely lurking, so you can see mezii's still looking towards Squeaky, but roePs is coming behind. fasha aware of that now. Bomb halfway ticked. If they find roePs, well, that could be the way forward, but they've taken down Rain in the meantime.
Yeah, they kind of gave up on looking for roePs, and that could be the undoing at the end of it. broky's going to keep on going. Double kill for him in the round. Nobody on the bomb. Yeah, nice timing on that one. And for shot, don't think there's much he could do right now. With a smoke, it would have been different. He's going to get one of them, but broky, oh, he swings into it. It's a pretty good effort, but obviously not enough time to win the round. It will be FaZe finally picking up another round. It's taking them a long time.
Yeah, breaking through here on the T side with a gun round, and that was even after losing the opening exchange. So tidy stuff there. But that was the great flash I was talking about. But nicoodoz is finding that traction on this AWP like you prophesized. broky hitting some sharp ones. Good to see him back in some fighting form here. And one of the keys, roeJ identifies where the plant is as he's coming behind on ramp, and he understands he has to take that fight. He cannot play out the 1v2 or the 2v2 in that situation from the ramp position. He has to fight forward. I think nicoodoz, the reason they're happy with this is because they know that even with the win bonus, FaZe are on the ropes. They are in a bit of a tough position. Look at how they're, answer me this. How are they meant to operate on the T side of Nuke with smokes, one flash, a HE and a molly? They just don't have enough utility to do something standard here.
No, especially because you have to remember that a bunch of those smokes are default in the yard. So then once you do that, there's not that much left, you know, to try and actually get the bomb plant later on. By the speed of smokes, I mean, if they would have had if FaZe would have had a smoke in that 1v2, it would have been probably a very different deal for him. Oh, they're in the middle of a boost. Oh, they're not just gonna give it up. They're just building a little tower instead, and somehow it works. KRIMZ on the double. I can't believe they actually had to cancel the boost, and they still come out on top. That's a really nice bit of improvisation coming out from the fnatic side.
Yeah, forget about thinking on your toes, thinking on your head. That was wild right there. The fact they get so many kills out of that, FaZe will find roeJ there lurking down the vent. 12-12, we're tied up again, but FaZe are the ones who are stomaching this. Smiles creeping on the faces now, and fnatic are looking hot. This mix of players, I just feel like there's so much firepower from player to player. It's hard to find a weak link. And when your in-game leader, right, who's picked up this mantle because the team had basically disintegrated, the only key pieces of fnatic that they've kept, look at how much of a good time KRIMZ is having. I can't bloody believe it. They got away with the crazy stack. It's astonishing to them as well. But you remember at the start of this year, it was mezii, KRIMZ, Alex, right?
Yes.
Poison, there was a whole bunch of different names in that mix. This roster is one that fnatic should be getting excited about, and fnatic fans.
Oh, unquestionably so. karrigan trying to get the jump on. We'll get the one kill for Shah, still up in the hunt. And mezii down below, and between the two of them, they're putting together a really nice A defense here. Twist on his own. Tech9 in hand. I can't believe he hit that shot. That's a great job, but KRIMZ is right there from the heavens to bring him down. So, a round lead now for fnatic. 13-12. They're 3 rounds away from defeating FaZe in this absolutely critical game.
Yeah, and if everybody wants to take a look as far as the format goes, we have Sprout versus Spirit going on as a 1-0 record game. We've also got the likes of Cloud9 G2 and NIP Bad News Eagles, and those are all the Group A matches coming up next. Now, the winner of those respective matches will have 4 in total, right? They will end up in a pool,
yes.
And that's who the winner of this matchup here will be taking on, one of those names. And that will be for a spot at the major. So it's so close now.
Look at this, back to the aggression. He's done it a couple of times, and it still manages to catch karrigan off guard. roeJ is here, and I don't know if they heard, and they almost must have. Rain either way is going to be found, and a double setup in the ramp room. Impossible to beat like this. The crossfire is godlike.
That is perfection for fnatic. They have 2 players aggressive yard, both who get noted in the kill feed by finding kills of their own. Where do you expect the weak point to be? Ramp.
Obviously.
Straight in towards ramp, 2 bodies waiting for it. fnatic are predicting now FaZe's next move, and this is 14 confirmed. roeJ knows he has to save. Again, no plan. I'm a broken record at this point, but that's just been the case. This is a shutout right now from fnatic, and they're doing a great job of it.
They're really having themselves an amazing time. mezii on 24 kills, nicoodoz at 21, and then the rest of them a bit further behind, but still with a really solid performance on the other 3.
I think there's something else that could be playing into the mentality and mindset of a lot of these teams coming up against the reigning major champions, is the fact that they have been beatable lately, right? We all had saw the complexity game during the Pro League playoffs. That was a close affair. Then they went on, had a harder time against Cloud9, but Cloud9 were looking on fine form as well. But the thing is, with Counter-Strike at the moment, it feels like some of these new names being put together are quite competitive, and it's probably a combination of something not clicking quite right for FaZe right now, as well as other teams really surging and not peaking right now, but they're looking on the up and up.
And also, part of the problem is, you know, once you've proven yourself to be the team to beat, everyone is going to be looking at your games. Yeah, that's what everyone, and they're looking at you to figure out what are the really good
He might go
things.
down after time here.
Oh, please don't. He will.
My
mezii's going to find him. That is heartbreaking. 450 on roeJ.
Ah, dear.
Taking it all right now.
Ah, dear.
No prisoners.
That really stings, because he made a couple of extra footsteps on the roof. I don't even know if they heard those footsteps, but he might have thought that they did. Yeah. And then he ends up losing the rifle. He could have taken the safer route deep over in towards T-Spawn that we see most people opt for, but they're on the roof losing that. Now the team doesn't have enough money to buy. roeJ is just going to have to fully invest here if he wants to be similar to where his teammates' purchases are. But they're in very, very dangerous territory right now, FaZe. They 2 rounds away from going down to the 1-1 column.
Yeah, that's on the other side of it. You know, it could get scary from there. Remember, FaZe almost lost that game to Gamer Legion. So, you know, they're sort of relatively unknown compared to what at least fnatic is bringing to the table here in terms of name brand power. So I've got to say, yeah, a lot of worrying signs here. FaZe already proven once in this game that they were able to pick it up even after being behind. Now would be a nice time for a miracle, especially with the pistols that are in this round. If they can stop fnatic from getting to 15 and just have a bit of an upset here, it'd be huge.
He heard the pins get pulled. So he dropped the defensive incendiary right there, and they still commit through it. That's all the util for the ramp pop gone.
Yeah. Nothing left, not a single grenade here on the T side. Oh, okay. broky stepping it up, but also up on the high ground. mezii, I can't believe he didn't get a single kill. They might have given it an opening. This might be the miracle that FaZe needed. 4 versus 3. And fnatic need a deep breath right now. If they try to go for this retake and screw it up, they're going to be giving so many rifles over to FaZe, and that could be a bit of a nightmare. nicoodoz almost catching it. They're going to be finding karrigan at the very least and turn it into a 3-on-3.
Still dangerous territory here, though. Time ticking away on this bomb. Rotation point from roeJ. I think it's going to go unaccounted for. And broky, he's been an absolute monster. 27 for him. Rain's found another. broky just needs to win this fight, and the round should be theirs. But nicoodoz has hit the shot. It's just Rain.
All on his own. Time's running out, and that's all the kills he needed. He'll get the headshot. Quad kill at the end for Rain. And keeping FaZe alive is exactly what he just did. 13-14.
Surely that wasn't the celebration. Maybe we just caught it a little bit late there. That would have fired me the hell up. That is a huge round to win, considering how open. nicoodoz hits that somehow. Massive one to hit, and then they surge forward, knowing the time's a problem. But the Tech-9, the run and gun, and the accuracy of Rain right there. And there you go. That's the fired up faces from FaZe that we were looking for. Now we have a game back on here. 1 round difference. Guns back out. FaZe not broken anymore. And now they can start to smell a little bit of blood themselves.
Well, imagine on the other side of the coin here for fnatic, if that's the round that loses them the best one, it very well could be. That's exactly how this could work out. Look at their bank on the other side, Chad. I mean, if FaZe win this one, then we're talking about FaZe probably jumping from 13 to 15 in almost 1 go.
Well, we put a lot more importance with that context on this opening exchange. If fnatic lose a bomb site, they likely have to save. So the first fight that they find needs to fall in the favor of fnatic, or the round could be over.
Smoke down there for Hell, the Hell windows down below. Put up on the T roof. Always a good trick to keep in mind. Oh, Twisty gets caught, though. I love the idea. I like the idea of trying to infiltrate that. Fashar's going to follow it up and drop a drop. So 3 versus 5, and you said opening kills are going to be important. Well, they got 3 of them now.
Well, FaZe can still do some damage here. karrigan and broky with about 45 seconds left on the clock. Now, for them, do get a bit more of a cash injection into the next tier, but still not going to be enough. So we may see them look for a save. If karrigan could have found a fight there, maybe broky starts to activate, but now it's his turn to hide in plain sight. If he goes down after time here, I think the technical term is yikes.
Yeah, we're getting into that territory. Crazy, isn't it? Well, roeJ got killed after the time run out. broky had better not follow in the same footsteps here, because there's only about 10 seconds left now. They're not moving that heavily. Again, they don't have that much money on the fnatic side either. They don't want to throw anything away, but still, got to be real careful here. 4 seconds, and they're actually backing all the way up. So no one's going to be finding broky at the end, and we're going to be at 15-13.
Well, we need to take a bit of stock right now. Rain and roeJ can have AKs. Twist and karrigan can go for galils, or they can go for pistols with utility. broky still has enough residual, but no cash to buy anything. So do or die right now for FaZe, and I would be surprised if we don't see a timeout just to discuss their options here. 5 seconds for 3, 2, 1. No, they're just going to go in dry. So not going to take the time to have that chit-chat. The galils come out alongside the AK. So once more, a little bit limp on the util department. broky kind of has to find them a pick with this saved AWP. They need an opener, and he's been the one delivering.
Yeah. He had a really forward spawn, so he tried to get up here right quick. Did get flashed and slowed down just a bit, so taking a slower approach and hoping to catch somebody off guard, which he's currently not getting a target, and he might not get a target out here at all, the way that they've set up on the CT side.
It's like the same utility as we've just seen being deployed, and the AWP has rotated deep into the back pocket of ramp now. roeJ won't burn from this, so he can maintain this information and control and even activate late.
They don't have that much. Look at the grenades on FaZe. They're almost out already. Rain running right under the bullets. Could have been scary. But as you pointed out, roeJ's still out here. They're not flashing their way through. He's going to get that one and almost a double. That probably, I mean, just as well could have been a kill on broky. He's down to 6 health. And they spot him out. Probably spots the bomb out there too. KRIGan, a little bit of a lineup. This might be another miracle. They desperately needed roeJ. And on the high ground as well, he's got a teammate coming in, broky through the smoke. Oh, what a turnaround. FaZe, it was looking really bad for them in this round. But now nicoodoz has to back on out. 14-15 as FaZe one step away from getting it into overtime.
Yeah, and I think the nicoodoz here are going to hold on as tight as he can. Yeah. This is quite the round. The reaction from fnatic, they understood how much map control they had lost, and this was a round where they had intentionally put nicoodoz towards ramp. So trying to preempt the play, his AWP would have been fantastic outside to try and help out roeJ. He would have been a great little aid out there, a very jarring force where they don't feel they can linger in yard for so long. But when they didn't hear the AWP go off outside, I think they realized they could stretch their legs and take that space. So a well put together round here from FaZe, not done just yet.
I mean, roeJ almost won this map right then and there. The double spray down, the bomb would have been lost out there. Everything would have been slowed down for the FaZe side of things. So look at the money. I mean, they have some in the bank. Could be maybe lacking some nades and maybe having to go for a FAMAS or something like that. But either way, here we go. Round number 30.
Really good trading here from roeJ as well. KRIGan and roeJ just doubling up and isolating where KRIMZ was. broky activates. He did have to take a risk there on low HP. But this is the thing with broky. His play style, he is hyper aggressive. He will take a lot of those fights. And when it works, that's when he's almost dropping 30 kills in regulation. So a great game for him, leading the server. Closest on the team is going to be Rain and roeJ on 18, KRIGan on 17. Twist has been having a bit of a rougher time here.
Yeah, he's been the tip of the spear for the FaZe side, no doubt. Here we go. All right, they have a pretty decent buy, lacking a couple of nades on the fnatic side, but should be enough to try and defend with. Wow, what a back and forth game it's been.
So they want to send this AWP aggressive, so they can't do those type of yard calls and win the round before it gets out of control. That's one of the questions. nicoodoz is just going to take the AWP out towards the warehouse position. KRIMZ getting a little bit aggressive here. We saw roeJ go with a similar maneuver, has the space. mezii looking for the toes. He's been good from this position as well. They're really clamping down on lobby from 3 prongs. Squeaky, hut, and ramp pushes all possible here.
Remember, roeJ's got the double kill by getting this aggressive, so we'll see if KRIMZ can try and match that. That's all they need right now to close out this game and make it into that 2-0 bracket. mezii, a good opening on Twist, trying to get the next one, but Rain is scared to catch him, and roeJ with a headshot on FaZe. KRIMZ now turns into a lurk, and he tries to get the fight, and it will. KRIGan is out of it, 2 versus 2. Bomb being planted right in front. That's close. That's a little bit too close, but the bomb is planted, and nicoodoz not guessing it right just yet. And KRIMZ has been revealed, so if he's going to initiate it now, he could be walking right into a shot.
They're using the clock as a team map. Right now, they're forcing FaZe to consider all the possible options. Sure, you know where both players were, but where are they now?
broky up close, not afraid ever to be close with that AWP. Look at the combat orbit a little bit. He'll find the shot on nicoodoz, and now 1 kill away from overtime, and broky will get it. 31 kills in regulation, and we're headed to overtime.
And we need a break for this one. Don't go anywhere. We'll return in 2 minutes to get this one underway to determine who's going to be going into that 2-0 bracket between FaZe and fnatic here on Nuke.
Hey Future Pros! Took the private jet to Nuke today to give you a flash for the A side. This flash will help your team greatly. First, make sure you shoot out this window. To do this flash, get into this corner just outside of T-spawn. Aim above the 3rd window in the middle of the white metal cladding. Then run forwards and jump throw the flash as you get into the center of the window. A site is a complex site, so this flash won't blind everybody, but it certainly will help. Good luck, as you're gonna need it.
to my face. Tell me now why you want to wait. Running out of words you wanna say. I've been looking for you, looking for you, looking for you. Lay me down, leave me lost and found. Lay me down, loud without a sound, and I will rise, and I will fly.
FaZe versus fnatic has gone the distance, and damn is this one delivering. So is broky here. Specky one onto KRIMZ to send us into overtime. A best of one. Who's going to find themselves in that 2-0 bucket here? One of these two teams will be stepping up to the plate. We have to get through overtime first. 10K start money, Valve rules. And I'm joined by Anders to bring you all the action. Feels like FaZe have found a solution.
Solution is broky getting 31 kills now. Could that keep going? Is that enough to keep them alive in this game? We're about to find out. mezii almost ready, but roeJ is back with a huge swing into the A-bomb side. And Rain outside. What an absolutely devastating blow right into overtime as they just blow up fnatic.
Yeah, what a pace change out of the break. All right, we're just going to rush top and absolutely destroy them. Well, KRIMZ responds with 2. Now, remember I said 10K start money, so some issues actually do crop up here on the CT side, especially if you're an AWPer or if you lose these rounds 2 in a row. So, well, KRIMZ is going to try and hold on to this M4, but what a way to start. Double kill from Rain, double kill from roeJ. He's going to find the 5th and final for the FaZe camp.
That opening on mezii is so close to going the other way. You could tell in slow motion, I bet you could tell it's not that far away from mezii picking that one up, and then who knows what happens, you know?
I think as well, when you consider the way that those last tail ends were winning for FaZe, oh dear. Oh dear, okay, they lose it all. Look, it's not the end of the world in this one. It'd be the end of the world if they lose this one as well. But FaZe were running that same strat. They were smoking off the windows. They were crawling that yard space. They were taking broky out looking for fights.
Yes.
And if you're fnatic, in that time you're thinking, okay, how do we stop that? And then they just rush you topside and they blow you out of the water there. So a great response for FaZe out of the break. Now they can buy back in, sure, fnatic. But look, nicoodoz is already down to $300. So an important round here.
Like we were talking about earlier, some of those rushes into the A-bomb side are a little bit less likely when you know how many nades could be down from the fnatic side, but maybe that's also partly why it works, because fnatic might also just be thinking there's no way that they're going to try and pop out like that. Already low on health from the earlier shot there. karrigan all the way dead. Smoke goes up. roeJ is the only defending member of the CT side down here, so got to be a little bit careful at the very least, but it's a good start in this round for fnatic, and it'll get even better now. KRIMZ defeating roeJ, defending the ramp room.
Yeah, mind games there in that fight. roeJ trying to hold the line. KRIMZ delaying momentarily before he re-swings. Now roeJ can line them up, knock them down. Maybe it's fashioned out the vent, and that is everybody removed. 5 staying alive. So a good response for fnatic. Continue to be back and forth here. 1-1 so far. Who's going to walk away with the lion's share of rounds in OT half numero uno?
I like that double position down below. A lot of different ways you could play it, but yeah, this one was absolutely perfect. Very, very hard to stop.
KRIMZ is also starting to barrel down to assist, so they had a lot of bodies responding Now, they've been 2 faster rounds from FaZe. A fast top and a guaranteed smoke wall yarn. They threw their own molly to make sure it couldn't be rumbled at unforced error, but there's Rain again on an opener.
Yeah, there's some funny. nicoodoz. Great prize to have at the start. He's been a little bit of a menace with the AWP. Robs, oh, look in the roeJ, but still, I don't even understand it.
How?
He still found the kill. He was looking up into the sky, and somehow he's still just that quick. Back into a 3-on-3 we go.
I think maybe fashio was looking up into the sky as well. It seems crazy that he didn't win that fight, but here's mezii being a cheeky boy. Let's get the kill. karrigan steps out before the molly lands, and that's going to cost him his life. KRIMZ with the ramp progression. Mezii knows that Squeaky's pretty damn clear right now and spotted one up towards the heavens. That's going to be the final member of roeJ here.
2-on-3. Spoke too soon. mezii goes down. Twist able to find him. That's a good kill. Still plenty of time on the clock, so they can sneak around. This could be very tricky for the CT side. If they lose track of the Ts, which they just spotted them outside, so that's great. But otherwise, if they get lost on the map, the CTs have a real hard time of it.
Yeah, but the thing is, are they going to try and chase this? So they know what space has been given up. In this 2-on-2, there's also plenty of time for FaZe to reposition around the map. They don't have to commit to going up the ladder. You can see them here circumventing that and starting to head down towards ramp. Now, unfortunately for them, they don't have a lot of utility to help them get control. So there will have to be a point where they take the risk. They start trundling, they start making some steps, and that will give a bit of rotation possible. Now, likely to be down the vent. You can see they're worried about players in this side. Being the molly right there did poor twist, but shouldn't be too many qualms getting it planted.
Still a smoke and a molotov on KRIMZ, so it could be interesting. He might have to use that, especially for the defuse, put some pressure on the FaZe side. And he's right on top of that railing. Blowing up the window. The timing is almost getting KRIMZ killed right there. He could have been dead already. Goes for a little bit of a sneak, spots out one of them, so they know where they both are at the moment. I think that's a good read. Deep molotov to put some pressure on. Oh, that last nade is huge. roeJ gets one, KRIMZ gets the other, and fnatic, they win 2 out of 3 rounds in the opening half of overtime.
They've had some really nice rounds here. Some rounds that I've loved the team play, right? That's another example of that.
Huge.
They didn't just step out. They didn't just take the fights. They understood exactly what you highlighted. That utility, used it wisely, even in pressure situations. So here it is again. molly comes out, flushes them into roeJ. Well, guess what? Twist is also worried about the window position. So roeJ's been able to find that gap. And you can see fashio getting fired up now. This is just 2 rounds away for fnatic. They can pick this one up. They can lock themselves in. 1 best of 3 away from the major. First time fnatic will be returning since 2019's Katowice.
Oh, they're taking some huge steps right now. It's felt for a lot of the time like FaZe have been trying to hold on, and fnatic have kind of taken the main steps towards winning this particular map. KRIMZ taking a little bit of damage now, obviously fnatic on the T side once again. roeJ, that is a crazy opening. He ran down Twist in the lower part of the map. In those hallways, 4-on-5 now, but that opening comes so early on in the round that FaZe have a lot of really hard choices to make right now.
Yeah, and when we reflect on fnatic's first half, they did their best work in the early stages where FaZe didn't have their economy swelling. Now they can buy everything they want and more. And fnatic have still found this opening pick. So now it's about building on top of that. And broky trying to do this all on his own here. And he's not going to have a good time.
Well, he's got 31 kills. He really has been the main problem that fnatic have had to deal with. Molotov goes around the corner. Do they really want to fight broky? They've lured 2 people down, so if they have someone in lobby, they do. Maybe they could even swing it around here.
If broky goes all the way back towards hell right now, if they try and go out secret, he's in a perfect position to deal with them. It looks like they are still quite committed here towards B. mezii's flirting with some space. They have a player in the vent. If they go back up, they're about to get slammed.
Yeah, it feels like it. I think you might be onto something here. This is a little bit risky. karrigan in the corner. Oh, he's still alive. I can't believe he got that headshot. Molotov, a little bit too late perhaps. 2 versus 3, 20 seconds on the clock. And fnatic, if they could win this one somehow, that's a massive step in the right direction. But they're in trouble in this round. Shot in the back by broky and mezii. Even though he's been playing out of his mind here, it's just not enough. Rain will take him down, tied up once again. 17-17. Remember, it's 1st to 19.
Yeah, that is crazy. They get the opening pick. They identify where the AWP is. They don't want to try and push the issue into him. And then he even gets away back towards Hut to find some impact here. So bit of a fumble from fnatic with the man advantage. I didn't think that broky was going to be able to dissuade them alone, but clearly the primary breadwinner of this household. And
a fear factor.
Yeah, there's no Joe Rogan here, but I guess there's broky in the server to be the host of this one.
Nobody wanted to fight him, and obviously Yeah, that made that look like that's what forced the decision. They're like, all right, if he's going to be close range, no scoping us, we're just going to go somewhere else, and that was too much. broky doesn't click the trigger just yet. Doesn't want to guess through the way that nicoodoz was doing earlier.
Surprising that they haven't tested the different variations with these smokes. I know that we saw the double setup in warehouse with Rops and Rain, but they've always just slinked down here towards Secret with a lot of numbers. Now, I don't think you're able to take this space again and not initiate. I feel that if you've come this far with so many players and you have your lobby lurker Fasher in play, you almost are committed towards this B bomb site now. So smoke will fade, the boost, clearing out the stairwell. The next port of call is that massive shot from mezii. B's open.
Oh my god! What a disgusting way to begin. broky now, he's saved the day many a times, but it's too much here. He gets mezii, instantly returned by nicoodoz, and this is looking real good. fnatic about to be at map point once again. 3 versus 3, but with a swift bomb plant. It'll be hard to retake this one, I think, for the CT side. nicoodoz is ready. Grenade on top. Nice headshot from karrigan. Maybe there is a way back. KRIMZ is here looking for it, but the spray, it is not connecting. It's all on roeJ now. And they're quick on that. They're going to be tapping that defuse. He comes barreling out, and it's karrigan to pick up the kill. I can't believe it. FaZe, they make that retake look easy. Triple kill for karrigan, and they get to 18 instead.
Yeah, big round for the in-game leader, and some tidy shots as well, right? They're not just like kills in the back, they're not just spam kills, some very tidy shots from karrigan there. And mezii's shot was probably the biggest of the round, but not enough to get them exactly that. Yeah, that's now FaZe who are going to put themselves 1 round away.
I can't believe they won that. That looked, because the bomb plant is so quick and they're just they're quite far away in that 3-on-3. I thought it was done for. Now fnatic have to fight to stay in this, force the double OT.
Well, that's the type of thing when you go back and reflect here watching the VOD. I shouldn't have over-peaked that. I shouldn't have re-peaked after that kill, but yeah, not going to worry about that now, fnatic. Towards yard with a stance of 3, 1 on the silo, 2 on the floor. Flash forward, Rain. We got a little bit of information there on the peak.
Yeah, maybe spotted the shoulder.
This is the one way he's trying to line up, but they're already ahead of this. Oh, okay. This is a fun way to throw that one. Bit of ricochet off the wall.
Yeah.
I thought he was going for the deeper one way. You can line that up from the same position. So he's gone for the closer variation. You can see him there just spotting for legs, seeing if he can cut them off at the knees.
Cool trick to be able to use, especially if you know both of them from the same position. That's great. Still just over a minute on the clock. Not that many nades left on the fnatic side. Not that many left on FaZe, but slightly better. So we'll see. Need an opening, however, you could feel it almost in the air. Nobody wants to be the first to screw anything up right here. roeJ almost getting spammed down through. He's made his way in. karrigan is watching it. And Warriors, he found the timing? Not quite for Shara on the other side. But this is looking grim at the moment for fnatic. Up close, broky flicks that shot. He does get it, and mezii will fall. All on nicoodoz now. 30 seconds, and right above him. He almost died right then and there. 1 versus 2. There's no safety. He has to fake it out, and he can't hit the shot. 19, 17, and FaZe, they stand up to the challenge.
This is exactly what you want to see from the reigning major champions here. Going to be happy with that one. Another hard-fought battle. Back-to-back days with the best of ones. Overtime galore. They're entertaining us here, but fnatic shouldn't feel too hard done by. That was a great performance and rises their stock here in the RMR to at least see them, be competitive to try and grab one of these 8 spots on offer.
Yeah, no doubt. They should. I mean, I'm sure right now it feels gutting, but they should.